And we're going. Hi, welcome back to Pipshot 11. Pipshot 11 is a gun channel. It's a gun channel that's going to do gun reviews. Eventually, once I have the time, we're going to do some shooting with them, different things like that. Thank you to those of you who have watched the video. Really appreciate your support. This is just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I really enjoy guns. I really love our Second Amendment right. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I don't know everything there is to know about them, but that's okay. This is really just kind of an opinion-based gun review on a Smith & Wesson. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 that we're gonna go talk about today. So again, but thank you to those of you who have watched my videos. Thank you to my family and my friends for supporting me through all this. I really appreciate it. So let's dive right in. Smith & Wesson M&P 9. Now, full disclosure, this is not the M&P 9 2.0. The 2.0 came out in 2017. This is the 1.0. Now, it's not really called that. I call it that because they named the newer one the 2.0. So I guess the running joke in some circles is that I haven't upgraded my software yet. But M&P 9, it is the full size. It comes with a 17 round mag. Actually, it comes with two of them. They're really, really nice mags. We'll get to that here in a second though, but some specs about the gun. Now, you can go and get the full specs on any gun and simply just by going to the website. You go to the website, you look the gun up that you're interested in, and you read the specs. But here are the specs from me to you. So, M&P 9, it is a 9mm, so it is chambered in the caliber 9mm. Its overall length is 4.25 inches, and for those of you who do the metric system, that's 10.8 centimeters, but nobody likes you because you do the metric system. Overall length is 7.6 inches. The front sight is a stainless steel sight. It's a white dot. Rear sights are stainless steel sights. They're adjustable. It's a 2-dot. It is a striker fired pistol, so there is no hammer in there. There are 3 interchangeable grips that you can actually put on the gun. They're quite easy to change out. I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video though, because I have Talon grips on mine. I'm not taking them off just to show you how to change the grip size. Overall weight is 27.5 ounces. It is a stainless steel barrel with a stainless steel slide. It is a polymer frame, and they even go as far as to tell you what the gun is for, which it's good for personal protection, home protection, and just practice shooting at the range or competition shooting, whatever. If you're gonna competition shoot with it though, I would suggest getting their one that's competition ready. Cool, those are the specs. Opinion about the gun. My opinion about the gun is that it's a good gun. It's not my most favorite gun to shoot. I am biased towards Glock. Those are my favorite guns to shoot, my absolute favorite being the Glock 34. But overall, I've not had a problem with this gun. I've put roughly 3,000 rounds through it, which isn't much comparatively to other guys that might do gun reviews and different stuff like that. And they've kind of made this more of a full-time gig. They have more time to shoot the gun than I do. But in the 3,000 rounds, I have not had any malfunctions whatsoever. And I've put some pretty crappy rounds through it, and I've put really good rounds through it. Especially with COVID-19 going on right now. Really difficult to come by 9mm ammunition, especially the good stuff, at a decent, affordable price. So if you just bought a gun, I'm really sorry, but you're probably not gonna find any ammunition unless you have a good friend that's willing to part with any. In that case, you have a really good friend. Shootability wise, this gun is extremely comfortable to shoot. I do not dislike it at all whenever it comes to shooting it on the range. It fits in my hand very well. I will admit that the adjustable palm grip is not my favorite aspect, and especially on the 1.0, their grip period is not my favorite aspect of the gun. That's why there's Talon grips on it, and it's because it was so smooth. It felt like, even with a dry hand, that you were gonna drop it. It's very easy to manipulate. In practicing our 4 safety rules, that is an empty gun. It's very easy to manipulate. It's easy to break down whenever it comes to cleaning it. It's easy to control. I think that has a lot to do with the weight of it. It's a little bit heavier gun, so whenever you're shooting and if you hold the gun correctly, your muzzle flip is really not all that much. Trigger wise, the 2017 model, the 2.0, has a lot better trigger on it. I have shot both, and I will say that I like the trigger on the newer version. Obviously, it's the newer version, so they came out with a better trigger for it. There is no thumb safety, so everything safety-wise in this gun is in the trigger, but pulling that trigger, I would say it's right there with the Glock 19 at about 5.5 to 6.5 pounds. But it's a good pull. One of the main things they've updated, I think, is the reset right there. It's not very audible, so they made a more audible reset. That was something that a lot of people, I think, wanted. And it's so that whenever you're practicing shooting and you're doing like a cadence drill, you want to be able to hear that click and then pull, so that you can practice where, instead of having to fully release the trigger every single time you want to shoot it. Breaking it down, like I said, is really easy. There is a lever right there that whenever you pull that lever down, release your side forward. There is a tool that you can do this without pulling the trigger, but I pull the trigger. Breaks down, and then you've got your guide rod, barrel, slide, and your frame. And it's ready to be cleaned after a day of shooting, or a couple of days of shooting. You really don't have to clean them all that much. Then to get it back on, pull it back. I would pull it back and lock it, and then release it forward. You don't have to pull it all the way back. Whatever. Do you, how you want to handle your firearm. Just make sure you're handling it safely. But yeah, that's overall the gun in a nutshell. My opinion is that it's a good gun. My opinion is that if you are looking to buy your first firearm, if you're looking to get something for home defense, or to throw in your truck, or to throw in your car, or to keep in a locked drawer, what have you, you're either making a really good decision or you've already made a really good decision, for those of you who've already purchased the gun. It's a quality firearm. I mean, Smith & Wesson has been around for 165 years, and they've been known for their innovation in the firearm market. Their first gun, I think it was called the volcanic firearm, and it was because it shot rounds like a volcano, which I didn't know until I started researching them. So you can research them. You can actually find their full history on their website. And it talks about Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson whenever they partnered up. I think it was like 18 something. I can't remember exactly when, but they partnered up and they wanted to build a weapon, a firearm that would shoot a cartridge, right? And they did just that. And over the years, they've always innovated, and they have been right up there with the competition in maintaining quality made firearms for military, police, and civilians alike. So yeah, that's my opinion of this gun. My opinion is that you made a good choice. Now you got your friends out there that are gonna compare it to, like, maybe your friend can afford a Sig Legion. He knows who I'm talking about. Not really a friend, but anyways. Sig Legions are amazing firearms. But you pay for the extra amazing qualities. This gun sits at right about 500 to 600. It really just kind of depends on where you're getting it from or who you get it from. And for the price that you're paying for the gun, you can't get much better than this, unless of course you pick a Glock. I'm very biased towards Glock. It's my favorite of all handguns. I just love their shootability. I love how durable they are. I love everything about them. But whenever it comes to other firearms, Smith & Wesson is right up there in my top picks. Smith & Wesson sits in my top 5. And it's definitely one of my favorite pistols to shoot at the range. And whenever I'm just kind of carrying it around, I throw it in my truck and I'll leave it there if I need to. And it's there for if it's needed. You don't ever want to need it, but if you do need it, it's something that you can keep on you. Basic idea behind these polymer frame guns, I think, was to give people a versatile gun that was lighter and had the capacity and had the ability to perform at the highest levels. And in my personal, humble, but very important opinion, this gun met those specifications, and it has given you a quality firearm. Back to the mag, like I'd said earlier, I'd want to talk about too. These mags are really good magazines. Easy to load, surprisingly. The very first time that I loaded one of these, I was extremely shocked at how easy it was to load it. Most of the time, whenever you're at the range, you're kind of looking around like, don't see me not being manly enough to put that final round in, or those final 2 rounds in, because that spring's really stiff. But their spring, it's not as stiff, I guess. I'm not sure. I've never really broken one down to see inside of it or anything. I just know that the very first time that I loaded one of these magazines, I was extremely shocked and pleased to find out that whenever I couldn't get that last round in is because it was already at 17. They're very well made. They're durable. I've done some drop tests with them purposely and on accident, and they hold up very well. Can't go wrong with them. And they're not super expensive. So they're not one of those brands that likes to charge you arm and a leg to give a new magazine. So there you have it, the Smith & Wesson M&P 9. Good gun to get. If you're looking at one, if you've already gotten one, great, good choice, making it a good choice, etc. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in and just kind of bearing with me. I know that a lot of people look for gun reviews. They want to see the guy out shooting the gun. One day I will. One day you will see me shoot the gun, but just not today because I'm not equipped for it. Like what you saw, want to see more, like, subscribe. I don't know what corner you're gonna go to do all that, but do it. I would really appreciate the support. This is something, like I said, I've been wanting to do for a long time. Thank you again to those of you who have watched my videos or shared my videos. I really appreciate that support. That's really awesome of you to do that, and again, I thoroughly appreciate it. More content to come. I'm trying to get a schedule to where I can put out some more consistent content, stuff that comes out a little more regularly, weekly. But as of right now, me and my wife, we're pretty swamped with our other business, making sure that we can build stuff. So that all said, thank you again, and hopefully we'll see you next time for the next video.